Welcome back to part 2. The first part was cooling system. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe. We are going to be resurrecting this Ninja 500R that has been sitting for over 10 years in storage. I'm doing step-by-step process of how to do that. The first part, and by the way, all of this, the entire playlist for this is going to be put in categorical order, and I will put the playlist in the description of the video so that you can just click on the playlist and start from 1 and go all the way down until the bike is running, good condition, everything's good to go. So it's an entire breakdown of how to resurrect a bike that's been sitting for a long time, and this one's definitely been sitting. I want to go over a few things because I already had the seat off, but the reason we're doing part 2 as seat recovery is because, as you can see, this seat is in very rough shape. So we're going to restaple the seat because it's actually not too bad. It's just loose. It's come loose over the years, so we're going to restaple a few spots, and that's going to be today's video. But I also had said in the first part that we were going to be going through the electronics and battery. I did that yesterday, and the reason why is because it took so long. They installed a bunch of stuff on this. Here's part of all that old wiring that they had, and this slew of wires I still can't even access till I get the tank off, and I'm going to explain what all that is. But let's just say whatever was installed was not done very good. It was a rat's nest of wiring. I'll show you a bunch of pictures here so that you can see exactly what they did, because it was just rough. It was rough. Not only that, the main fuse was blown, which is behind this panel on the starter solenoid. So I had to pull this panel away. I took out one screw, pulled it away, popped it off, starter solenoid. Pulled out the old fuse, which is right here. It's definitely blown. It needed to be replaced, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that's because they had a suit warmer on here and they have handlebar warmers, and to be honest with you, all of this is getting cut off. This bike was not designed to really have any of this stuff installed, so I'm really just gonna end up inevitably just cutting these wires off and just making these handle grips, and that's it, because all this extra stuff is not really, it wasn't designed for this bike. Let's just say that. It was put on, but it's very taxing on the overall electrical system. So I took out everything, even their little switch they had here, I took that out. Now I may put that back in and just replace it with a battery tender, because that's actually a really great idea. So I saved the components for that down there. So that'll be battery tender hookup. I may pop that back in, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently than they had it. But that being said, enjoy my intro. I'll see you guys back here in a sec, and we'll recover this seat. Okay, welcome back. Pop your seat, stick your key in, be gentle, turn slowly. These keys have been known to just break really easily, so sometimes it's better to just put pressure down to help the lock. Once you get that out, remove your key. Always put it back into your ignition so that you don't lose it. And let's have a look at the bottom of this. So as you can see, like I said, all this was rat's nest of wiring. I already redid it, pulled the main contacts back out. They had a bunch of stuff tied into all that. It was not good. The bike was never going to run the way it was set up. I see all this is falling apart. That's awesome. So I don't know if they replaced the seat cover or what they did, but as you can see, it's definitely not been done very well. So we're going to go ahead and restaple this, because their staple job is questionable and it's just coming loose, and looks like it was recovered by somebody. So let's grab my staple gun, and that'll be today's video. Will be seat recovery. I like to normally set this on a chair and pull it tight with my hands while I do this. I'm trying to give you the best view I can. So I'm going to get you out here in the sunlight, and I like to have something to push against and pry. So let's get the back tight here first if we can. Make sure that this is tight. Once we get that tight, we'll see where we can put the best possible staple. So it looks like we're going to be putting one here and one here if we can get in there. I don't want to remove that lock if I can. If I can get in there without doing that, I will. Let's see if we can flip this around and just pop one in there. Let me pull that nice and tight, because I can see that this is just going to come loose if I don't get that nice and tight, reasonably tight. There we go. So we'll pop that on there. I'm going to push really hard. We'll sink a staple if I have to. I'll get my needle nose and we'll push that in the rest of the way. Let's keep this as tight as we had it there, as best we can. We'll go ahead, tighten this in the corner, get this tight. I'm looking for wrinkles though. I want to make sure that we're getting the wrinkles out with it. So there we go. Pop one in here. There we go. I'm gonna grab my needle nose and see if we can crimp those a little bit better. If not, it is what it is. I can settle for that staple job. I gotta do with my needle nose. Let me track down my needle nose and I'll see you guys in a sec here. All right, I've got my needle nose. A lot of times you can, matter of fact, let me do this with a rag. A lot of times you can push these in a little bit further. I don't have to get it fully sunk down, but it's nice to get it in as far as you can. We're just gonna put that there so that we have something to push against other than the seat cover itself. And I'm just gonna slowly squeeze on the corner. There we go, that one's going in nicely. Let's see if we can get this one to go in a little bit deeper. There we go. So as you can see, you can sink these, you just gotta be really careful. Put a spacer in between you and the seat itself. Try to get the best possible angle you can with it, and then force it in like so. There we go. So let's pop one more in right here. Gonna try to grab that with my finger and push it down further. And again, we may have to do this a lot. This is a very weird angle seat, so their staple job back here wasn't horrible. It's a little loose, but nothing too crazy. I try to do 2 folds, and then we see if we can get it in there. Start with one side and work your way to the other. If it looks like it's gonna fold over, try it from a different angle. There we go, nice and tight. A lot of these you can push in yourself, like the old ones. You can do the same thing with the old ones. You don't have to get new staples. You just gotta make sure that you seat the old ones. This is what they should have done in the first place again. There's one side, there's the other. There we go. That's good, that's good, that's good. That one's good. Okay, so as you can see, it's tightening up the seat now. It's coming together how it should. All right, let's do this side. I like to do a full video for you guys just so you can see exactly how much work this is. When you have a corner like this, you always want to start up here and pull back towards the corner, because the corner can always be sucked in. So you always want to try to get all the wrinkles out going down as far as you can. Get this as tight as you can, you know. Get as many of the wrinkles out as you can. Get it nice and tight with your fingers and just keep pushing down until it's tight. And then we'll sink a staple in there, like so. There we go. Just to hold that in the corner, and we can always go back again. Sink it with the needle nose. It's just a process. It's a nice, slow, easy process, but I think you guys should be able to do this yourself. Get that in there, slowly do each side, keeping it even. There you go. Now let's see if I can get one down in this corner here nice. So we'll keep pulling it up towards the edge, because like I said, in the end we want to get this as close as we can. That way we can suck all the wrinkles in like that on the edge. So we're going to get this as close and as tight as we can. That's pretty good. Let's see if we can sink one in there now. Boy, these angles are hard to hit. There we go. And grab the needle nose. Come in there carefully. If you couldn't tell, I've done a lot of seats in my life. I've had to recover a lot of seats. There we go. Beautiful. Let's work on this angle here a little bit. See what we can do about these fold over edges. So we'll pull that in nice and tight right there, and then we'll overlap. I'm going to try to pull this corner up. We'll overlap a bit like that. Get these two down, and then we'll do that last corner together. So let's get one in here while this is tight. Like that. That one went in nicely. Oh man, still got a lot of slack. The seat cover, unfortunately, was not quite fitted correctly by whoever bought it. Let me see if I can pull nice and hard on into that corner. There we go. Get that nice and tight. The best we can all the way across. All sides. There we go. If I have to pop that one out and redo that, I will, but we'll see what it looks like first. I suppose I could put one more in there. That'll fix that little bit of a bridge gap. Maybe not. We can put one. Let's do two more. The hell with it. Let's get one right here. Get that nice and tight. A lot of little weird angles. I don't like to remove this stuff if I can avoid it. I just don't. There we go. That'll hold that tight. And we'll fix this little corner right here. Let me get this with 2 fingers. Push down nice and hard. There we go. Alright. And now we'll sink all these in. And this should never come undone again. There we go. Nice and tight in the corners now. Tight, tight. So now we got to work on this area here. It's all where they had these bumps and stuff that they just didn't sink reasonable ones in. So again, we're heading towards the corner, so I'm going to pull it this way so that it's tight. And we're going to try to fit it down the best we can into that corner slab right here and sink one in right there. Oh, I got one side in real good. Didn't quite get the other side very well. Let's see if I can get that in there anyways. There we go. Good. Glad that went in. And let's see if I can get one in right there. See, it's they didn't do it because of all these little edges and corners. That's why they were having a hard time getting in here. There we go. So I did like a halfway job on this. They didn't quite complete the job correctly. There we go. Tight, tight, tight. Could put one in right here. Suck that down nicely. Get that nice and tight. Pop one in. Now that didn't even go in. What the heck? Let's try that again. That was interesting. Oh, now I'm out of staples. Let me grab some more staples here. Well, let's get some more. Load a few rows in there. There we go. All right, back at it. Full tray. Let's try this again. We're almost done. It's only a few more spots left to do, but like I said, they didn't do a very good job. Whoever did this was just, looks like they were kind of in a hurry. They did a really half-assed job. It was unfortunate because it could have been so much better. Pull it towards the front. There we go. Try to get one in there again. Again, that one side just does not want to sink. I don't understand what's going on with that one side, but let's see if I can push it in there instead. If it doesn't want to go in normal, we'll see if we can push it. There we go. There we go. I'll make it work. And we'll put one right here. Tighten that edge up. Where should I put it? About right here. That's a good spot. That's a good spot. Yeah, stuff with all this is very difficult to do, but I think you guys get the idea. I don't think I have to show you the whole thing. I'll just show you what it looks like when we're done here. That's pretty much how it's done. Just keep going, and again, pulling it tight where you can. As you can see, I'm gonna have to put another one right here. That's gonna be a rough one to get to because that bracket's in the way. They just, a lot of times they make these seats very difficult to do, and you just gotta take your time and go through it properly. And when you're done, it yields good results. You end up with a very nice seat that's been fitted. Then you can take a utility knife, go through and cut off all the excess. And seat, in the end, looks nice and tight. As you can see, this is not tight over here, so we've got slack. But you can see the side I've done is now perfect. Tight all the way around on each corner. That's how it has to be done. So just keep going, pressing them in as necessary, and when you're done, you'll have a nice fitted seat. And there you go, perfectly fitted, no loose, tight seat all the way around. Tight, 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 tight. All new staples pushed in. Gonna correct a few of these, like this one I didn't do, that one I didn't do. I went through and tightened all mine. I didn't want to push that one through any further because I'm afraid that one's gonna pierce through, so I didn't do that just because of the angle. I pushed that one in 3/4 of the way, but the rest of these are all good. So there you go. Fitted seat. Should look really nice on there now. Drop this in, push it down, beautiful. Nothing loose, no loose spots. Completely fitted to the seat. And that is how you resurrect a seat. If you have to, just remove all the old stuff. And whenever you start on a seat cover, always start from the back, fit the sides, then the middle, then the front. That's how you do it, because you want to follow the curvature around. That allows you to tuck the corners when you get to the end. So always start with the back of the seat, going this way. Whenever you're doing it, staple the back, start forming the sides, get around the front, pull this tight. As you go down, pull it down towards an angle, staple, down towards an angle, staple, down towards an angle, staple, and then from here you start pulling up and forward, staple, up, forward, staple. When you get to the corners, tuck the corners in, start, tap the middle, then tighten all the stuff around the sides like that, and staple, staple. That's how you get a nice smooth seat that comes out looking gorgeous like this one. So, good times. So, part 2 is now complete. Stick around for part 3. Again, guys, this will be in an entire playlist series for you. In the comment section below, you will have a link to the playlist from start to finish of resurrecting this bike. Everything from cooling system, carburetors, tank removal, petcock installation, checking for spark, all of it. We're going through the entire system, so this is going to be a complete start to finish guide for you. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe if you want to take things a little bit further. Consider joining my membership program. I've been working on bikes a long time. I've made over 3,000 videos to show people how to work on motorcycles. I simplify your life. I show you the easiest way to do things, and yeah. So if that's what you're about, stick around. I'm going to teach you some stuff. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the flip. Toodles.